Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to discuss about this new stock, which is Palantir Technologies. As you can see from this chart, this particular stock, Palantir Technologies, is quite recently registered in the New York Stock Exchange. So we're going to look at what price it's gonna, what's the price target for this particular stock. That's what we mainly going to look at. So we're going to analyze this from two perspectives, the short term as well as the long term perspectives. So conclusion wise, we notice that this particular stock has ability to go up all the way to $40. So how do you think this is possible? That's what we're going to discuss in this particular video. This is Shah&Co. Please like, share and subscribe. We're going to start very soon. Hi guys, now we're going to start our analysis. As you can see, this particular stock has been doing quite well. It went up all the way. Then since nearing the end of January in this year, it started to go down. So we can see it's actually in a downtrend. So the high is here, the next high is getting lower, and the next high is getting lower. And this particular, currently we are here, it is not yet able to go beyond the previous high. And the low is also getting lower and lower and lower. So technically, according to Dow theory, we say that this is actually in a downtrend. So that is the first confirmation we can do. So next thing is what we're going to analyze is we're going to see the strength of this particular downtrend. Is this particular downtrend is growing in strength for it to go further lower, or is it like the strength is diminishing, getting weaker, and therefore it may actually rebound to go up. So that's what we're going to look at now. So to do that particular study, I need to do a bit of plotting here. So let me do the trend lines. So this is the high to the low, and then from this low to the high, and then from that high to the, so this is something that you really need to master. Sometimes you get confused with many of the up and downs in between. So we just go all the way to the up, highest and the lowest. Okay, so we don't bother about the intermediate patterns. So for example here, this is the intermediate pattern, so we don't bother about this, we don't bother about this high, we go all the way to the down here. Okay, so because this down is lower than previous, whereas this down is not yet lower than the previous low. So because there is available, so there's another low available, so we go all the way to that particular low. So those are the kind of tricks we need to really master. Okay, next is currently trending upward, or rather not is it trending upward, it's retracing upward. So we yet to know where it's going to stop retracing, so we will leave it alone there. So this is an incomplete, kind of incomplete, so we cannot draw a line yet, or trend line yet. Okay, so we have drawn our trend lines. Hopefully this is precise. Let me adjust. Okay, from these lines we will take the last two loops. So this is the first loop, immediate first loop, and this is the immediate second loop. Okay, so we will take these immediate two loops, and we see relatively, are they getting stronger? The downtrend, is it getting stronger or weaker? To do that, we need a ruler. So take this ruler and try to measure from the top here all the way to the down here, how much has it gone down? It has gone down by $19 roughly, 19.65 or 63. Okay, so I'll just say it like $19. And in the immediate down trend, we can see that it went down by, let me see, it's around 10. It's around 10. Okay, so initially it was $19. Now it is only $10. So that means in terms of strength of the downtrend is getting weaker, because previously it managed to go very far down, but in the recent loop we see that it only managed to go down lesser than the previous. So that indicates to us that the strength of this downtrend is actually diminishing. It doesn't mean that it cannot go further down. It can still probably go further down, but it may be at a diminishing rate, or rather maybe at a lesser extent. So that's what we can say. Okay, and it may also do a turn rebound and do an uptrend. That's also possible because the trend is getting weaker. Okay, the next thing, after looking at the strength, we want to see the power for it to go down there. So power here basically means, will it be able to go lower than the previous low? Okay, for example, here we are moving up, right? At this particular junction, we are moving up. Let's say if we do a turn down, here, will it be able to go lower than the previous low? That's the power. Power will tell us, does it have that power to go lower than the previous low? We know the strength is diminishing, but will it have power to go even lower? Because it can be a situation that, okay, it's going up all the way here. You may do a retracement and then climb up. Possible, right? So because it might not have strength, it doesn't have the power. So if it doesn't have power to go down, it will just go a bit down here and then up, move up. But if it does have power to go down, then it go up like this, down here. So power to go down. Okay. The strength just now we're saying that the strength is getting weaker. So that means the next if there is a down move, the next down move will not be as strong as the previous down move. That's basically what it says. Okay, so the strength wise is weaker. Maybe I can jot down here. Down strength is getting weaker. Okay, that's number one conclusion we can say. Okay, so that's the first conclusion. Okay, the next thing we're going to look at is the power for it to go down. So we can start to analyze it, the power to go down, by looking at this using this Fibonacci retracement tool. So I'll take from the up here to the down here. So the power here measures what is the ability for this particular stock to go up. So for example here, it goes all the way down, how much can it go up? So in this instance, it managed to go up by 62%, right? So we'll jot it down here. So it has power to move up by 62%, right? Okay, that's for the very early loop. Then we have a second loop here. Okay, and then we will take the tool again from the top there all the way down here. Okay, now it is able to go up only by 38%. Okay, I'm going to jot it down, 38%. What does it tell us? Initially, in the first loop here, it managed to go up by 62%. And now, it only managed to go up by 38%. So that means the ability for it to go up is getting weaker. From 62% become 38%. That means it has more power to go down. Okay, when the power to move up is getting weaker, then it means it has more power to move down, because it went down so much, but it only managed to retrace, go up by 38%. That means there are still a lot more sellers there waiting to sell rather than more buyers. Initially there were more buyers, so that's why the price managed to go up by 62%. But at the second loop here, there were not enough buyers. In fact, there were more sellers. That's why then the price went down all the way down, because the power is actually, the power to go down is actually stronger than the power to move up. Okay, so that's what we can see here. Now the next one is incomplete yet. So we have this down move, and there's a move upward here. It is not complete, but anyway we'll measure what is the current state. You see here, now as of now, it is managed to go up by 62%. More than 62%. Yeah, we can put it like 62%. Okay, so we'll take a note here, 62%. Okay, what does it tell? So when you compare this particular 62% with the previous 38%, in the previous case loop, sellers were selling, buyers managed to pull up by 38%. In the most recent loop, sellers were selling, buyers managed to pull up by 62%. That means the current buyers are more powerful. There are more buyers waiting to buy this particular stock. So that's why it managed to pull up by 62%. So that means there is very strong power to move up. Therefore, it may not go down. So we are saying that the power for it to go beyond this particular low is very slim. So this is a low, the previous low that was achieved. Okay, this is the previous low, right? At this point, this is the previous low. So because the power is actually more to move up, therefore, according to the theory of this, the arts technique, this technique is known as the arts analysis. So according to this particular analysis technique, the power to move up is stronger. Therefore, it will not go beyond this previous low. Okay. So now we have two good news here. One is the downward trend is getting weaker, and the second good news is the power to go down is no. There's no power. Okay, we'll say no power to go lower than the previous low. Okay, so that's the second conclusion we can make. Okay, and these two are actually congruent, or rather they are actually correlating. These two conclusions are kind of consolidating each other, because there is no strength to go down and there is no power to go lower than the previous low. So it means that this particular stock, Palantir Technologies, is going to go up. Okay, so that's what the up to now current analysis. So this is a short-term analysis. We are not yet seeing the long-term yet. So I'm going to come to the long-term analysis in a while. Okay, now next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a projection. What is the short-term target? What's the short-term target? Then I'll discuss about the long-term target. So in terms of the psychology of the market currently, we already see that very likelihood that this particular stock is going to do a rebound to go up, because the strength to go lower and the power to go lower is actually very, very low, very, very slim. Okay, now let's see how to do the projection. Okay, we need this particular trend-based Fibonacci projection. We're going to use that. Okay, let me see. Okay, I'm going to take this particular. So in this two, right, we're going to see how high. Okay, we're going to do two targets. We're going to do two targets short term. One is the upward target, another is downward target. Okay, so we'll see which one is how they fare. Okay, we'll see how they fare. So now first I'll do the upward target. So to do the upward target, I'm going to do, okay, from here I'm going to take Fibonacci. I'm going to take this tool, Fibonacci. This tool is known as trend-based Fibonacci extension. I'm going to do the upward projection. So now take this up to high here, all the way to the low here. We can extend it to here. Okay. Now in this technique, to estimate the upward target, we need to see the time. So we will look at the time. So in this particular loop, so focus here, this particular loop, for it to go up, it took short time. Okay, so we can see that it takes longer time for it to go lower. So in terms of sentiment, we can say that the person who is actually making the price to go lower is the seller, right? The sellers are not having that high sentiment. Okay, that's why they're taking very long time for them to push it lower. So sentiment wise, the seller sentiment is weaker, but the buyer managed to pull it faster, right? So the buyer sentiment is more. So we will actually, according to this theory, we're going to use Fibonacci level 1.618. So this 1.618 is our immediate uptrend target. So this is the upward target. Immediate upward target is at price $29, somewhere around there. Okay, let me just try to be a bit more precise. This is somewhere around $29. That's the immediate upward target. So we are anticipating for this up move here to at least hit that particular up target. uptrend target, okay, or rather I'll say the up target. Okay, so if we manage to hit this particular up target, it means that it's a reversal. It's already a trend reversal. We can see that the high is already higher than the previous high, or even the previous high here. So if it managed to hit this particular target, so it's confirmed that it's actually a trend reversal. Okay, so that is the upward target. Now let's see the downward target. So to do the downward target, I need this particular down move. Just now I took this up move down, that is to estimate the upward target. So the immediate to estimate the down target, I need to have that down move, because this particular curve is not completed yet. I can't use this particular to do my Fibonacci retracement. I can't use this particular what you call retracement. So the immediate one available to me is this particular one, down move and up. So I'm going to use Fibonacci trend-based retracement. So we can see here it takes very long time for it to go down, but a very short time for it to go up. So that means the buyers are quite strong, right? Because they're taking very short time to move it up. So we're going to put that the target. So according to this theory, if the buyers are quite strong compared to the sellers here, then we're going to put the downward target as at 0.618. Okay, so I'm going to draw a line. This is a down target. I'll put a different color for it, red color perhaps. Okay, so now just now the green line above. Okay, I'll remove this particular green line. Okay, this particular green line above was the up target, right? So that is what we are hoping the current up move gonna hit. Okay, but the previous down target, before it start to move up, right, it was doing a down move, right? The previous down target was at this particular price level, $15. So that was a down move target, but the down move target was not achieved. Okay, so we can see that the price moved only all the way down to $17. It didn't manage to hit that $15. That's actually a good news, because we set a down target and that down target was not achieved. That means it's really conforming to whatever previous conclusion that we made. The downward trend is getting weaker. There's no power to go lower, and that's the reason why it cannot hit this particular down target. So when it cannot hit the down target, and this is a reminder that this is a downtrend, right? So in a downtrend, it should hit the down target to continue the downtrend. I repeat again. In a downtrend, it should hit the down target for it to continue the downtrend. But in our case, this is a downtrend, but it didn't hit the down target. Therefore, it's kind of confirmed that the downtrend is over. It's kind of over. We're just waiting. It's almost over. It's just waiting for this particular upward move or retracement here to hit that target, up target. So if it managed to hit that up target, then we can confirm that it's actually an uptrend, and therefore probably some of us may start to we may want to actually technically well, you can wait up to for it to hit this particular maybe after it hit that particular target, then it'll go down. That's quite normal, because once it hit the target, it'll go down. So when it start to go down at that point, that's a time where you can start to do the collection of this particular stock. That's the right time for you to do buy, because when it goes down, it's very not likely for it to go and hit down here, because it managed to hit the up target. It's just doing so when it's like investors, when they hit a target, they'll start to sell, right? So there's a human psychology, right? So when they hit the target, they'll sell, right? So we are anticipating that these particular buyers, they'll buy and hit this particular target, and once they hit the target, they'll start to sell. So there'll be a slight retracement there. Later on, I'll do further video once this particular uptrend hits that. I will do another video probably to explain to you how low it can go further. Okay, there is also a technique to analyze that. Okay, so but it is going to go down. So when it's trying to go down, that's the point where you can start to buy. Okay, because it's quite confirmed it's going to be uptrend. See, so you're going to make money when things are on uptrend. Okay, so in terms of short-term perspective, immediate target is around $29. Okay, so that's a good news. So and kind of confirm the downtrend is over. Okay, now we're going to analyze. We're going to look at what is the highest we are anticipating. What is the long-term target? Just now a short-term target was $29. Now I'm going to zoom out and change it to weekly trend, weekly chart. Oops. Okay, this is a weekly chart. So let me enlarge it. Okay, I think I'm going to clear some part of it because those parts are not relevant to this long-term studies. Okay. Okay, I think this one I'll leave it there. Okay, so now we're gonna this long-term target. What is the long-term target? So we will use the same tool. We can see it's going up and then going down, and this is the low we have seen that it managed to go the lowest so far, and it pretty much is in the weekly chart, right? It's pretty much a straight line to up and a straight line to down. So it did not have a lot of middle stages that we saw in the day chart, right? So now we're going to take our tool here. Okay, first we need to look at the time. We take the ruler. We're going to use a bit of time to analyze. So from this to the high, how long it took? It took like 17 bars. Okay, and then for it to go down, it took about 15 bars. So it took more time to go up, it took less time to go down. So we need to know this. Okay, we need to know this. And now we can use this Fibonacci retracement trend, plot it down, plot to all the way high, pull it down all the way to the low here. Okay, now we have Fibonacci levels here. So which level should we use? So it took more time to go up, it took less time to go down. So the sellers were not that strong because it took more time to go up, it took less time to go down, right? So the sellers are quite strong. So the sellers are quite strong. The buyers took more time to pull it up because it requires 17, right? If I'm not mistaken, just now we measure it somewhere around 17, right? Let me do it, confirm it again. From here to high, it's like 17, yes, 17 bars. Okay, from there, high to low is around 15, am I right? Yes, about 15, yes, correct. So it's confirmed. So the buyers took longer time, but the seller took lesser time. So that means the sentiment for selling is there. Okay, because the sentiment for selling is there, because the seller took lesser time to pull it down, whereas the buyer took more time to pull it up. So we're going to use Fibonacci level 0.618. So this is what the theory says. So if the sellers are taking lesser time to pull it down, use Fibonacci levels 0.618 as our target. So I'm going to use that as our target, and you will see now that particular target is somewhere around $40. Okay, it's like 39 something. So I'll simplify it and say it like it's going to reach all the way to 40. Okay, use the 40 in a long term. Okay, but it has to first meet this particular hurdle, which is $29. The immediate term target is $29. On a long term target is almost like $40. 39 to $40. Okay, so that is the analysis. And I have already from this analysis, what you can gain is if you are kind of a bit less risk appetite, I would say if you're having less risk appetite, you don't want to lose so much of your money. I mean some of us are having very high risk appetite. So you might want to do the trade now and to buy now, because we already have signals. The downtrend trend is lower, the power to go lower is low. So you may just want to enter trade now. But for those who are a bit more risk averse, so my suggestion for you is let it hit the immediate target first, that $29, and then once it hit that $29, for sure it will go down. So when it start to go down, then that's the time for you to come in and buy, because at least you know the uptrend has started. Because right now we're just saying that the downtrend almost going to go over, but we cannot confirm yet the uptrend has started because it's yet to hit that $29. So let it to hit that $29. But some of you may say, oh, that's quite a long way. I'm going to I can earn a lot if I enter now. That's your choice. That's your take. But those who are risk averse, you might just want to wait to reach that 29. And then once you go low, that time you start to buy the stocks. And probably you can experience that uptrend all the way to 40. Okay, so good luck in your trading. So this is just educational video. So whatever buy, sell decision is yours. And please, if you like whatever presentation I've done here, if you find it useful, educational to you, please like, share, and subscribe this particular video. I'm going to put more video about trading analysis and all that, so you're going to benefit a lot. Why you just stop with this particular video? You can see more video and benefit more from the analysis, right? So see you in the next video. Bye.